members and all members alike. Since Mike Thompson is the new member on the committee, he has to bring us coffee and donuts at every meeting from now on. I didn't call for a vote. Okay, we need to adopt the rules, and and the secretary, so I'm gonna turn it over to Vice Chairman McCon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would move to elect Senator Blackman as the secretary of this committee.
All right, anybody else?
I'd move to close those nominations as well.
I table your, yeah. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Welcome to secretary.
Thank you all very much.
Mr. Chairman, I have another motion at proper time. I'd move to adopt a quorum of 8 members, a majority of the committee, a sufficient quorum to proceed with the business.
With the exception of,
We hadn't even got
oh, yeah, oh, I'm sorry, thank you. Yes, the quorum. So 8 members, we do have 15, so that would be our quorum. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, passes, so 8 will be our quorum.
Last motion, I'd move to adopt the rules of the Senate as the committee rules of procedure, with the exception that a motion to reconsider be disposed of on the same day it's entered.
All right, you've heard the Senate rules, our normal motion. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. All right, a couple things while Pat's handing this out. And I've been told to tell the committee with regards to Zoom and your meetings, we will do, if you, for every meeting, we will have, if you request it, we can have a Zoom, but you will not be considered present and you will not be able to vote from Zoom. You can, subject to the chair, ask questions. You can only vote and be considered present if you're here. Anything else on that, Pat? Miss Pat? Okay. Hey, Ethan. Ethan will be our good old attorney again. Yes, sir. And what Pat has handed you is the subcommittees. We will be doing subcommittees again, and I want to thank Jeremy and Nicole, Senator Boyd, Senator England, and Senator McCon. Last year, I thought it went really, really as well as could be expected, and I think it can be even better this time. So, for those that don't see the handout, which we can give that out, we'll have a criminal subcommittee. Number 1, number 2 is civil A, number 3 is civil B, and 4 is executive, and 1 is chaired by Senator Barnett. I'm sorry, Senator Barrett, which is criminal. Civil A is chaired by Senator McCon, and Civil B is chaired by Senator Thompson. I'll just give you a loose, Senator McCon and I have kind of gone over this. The loose idea, subject to chairman and vice chairman, is that as bills come in, criminal will go to criminal. Civil A generally will be property and those kind of what I call general chancery matters and things like that. And B will be, I guess, everything I've used the term workers' comp, procedure, things like that. That's in general terms so that you can have it. And like we did last year, the subcommittee chairs, it's your subcommittee to run. You can use our standing meetings are Tuesdays at 2, right? We have Tuesdays at 2 and Thursdays at 3. And so as we go through the session, if we're not having the full meeting, you're welcome to use, the subcommittees are welcome to use that standing meeting for your subcommittee meetings. Just coordinate with Pat on that. Let's see. And then any questions on subcommittees? Last really big thing, y'all know we will be doing, it is a plan to do judicial redistricting. We've worked on that a fair amount, a good amount. I will appreciate the committee looking into that. The lawyer committee, there's no doubt you're gonna have, conversations with your own judges and other judges. I would ask you to consider, and I've talked with the Lieutenant Governor's office, I've talked with, the Chief Justice. The bottom line is, on this issue, we have a duty and an obligation to look at redistricting through the Constitution. But also that if you look at the stats, if you look at the data, you look at all that, we have a obligation to present a fair judicial system. I think it's a little bit out of whack. I think the Chief Justice thinks that. When I say out of whack, what I mean is that, you know, from population standpoints to the judges, it's gonna be a process. So I know we're all gonna hear feedback and understand that that's part of the process, and we're not here to, like, you know, ram anything, but we're here to do what I call the people's business. And I think that our judicial system, I think out in the state, people, they only come into our judicial system once, maybe twice, depending on, unless you're a criminal, I guess. And they have a right to expect their government to work for them. And the judicial branch is that branch of government, and to do it like, you know, let's just say, customer service oriented. So I think that that's what we're looking at. Chairman Hood, Joey Hood, will be the new chairman in the House. I've reached out to him. He and I are supposed to get together. I'll talk with him, understand what their priorities are. So it's, that's obviously not the only thing we're gonna be doing, but, I think when we had our meeting, when I said a meeting, our feedback from the judges and DAs in December, it was really good, and we learned a lot, and we got good information. And what we have, with Pat is anybody, meaning any judges, any DAs, any clerks that want to provide information that we need to consider as a committee, to please send it in. Pat is keeping, yes, a folder and all of that stuff that we will utilize. So last year, the House sent over the code sections for redistricting, so they understood that that's going to be up, and I'm not sure where Chairman Hood is on that yet, just because we hadn't had a chance to talk about it. But, also, kind of another issue that I see coming down the pike, the governor's office. The governor's office, from what I'm told, has a plan to address some of the statewide county court, youth court system. Part of that is to keep us managing or out as much as we can out from under Olivia Y. We passed the bill last year, and you know, that got discussion, so we're working with the governor's office on that. And the last thing is, we had a number of task force last year or over the summer. I know Jeremy Senator England was on one, I was on one. Those recommendations have come in, so we'll see where those are going to be. So I appreciate the work that we do, and I love lawyers. So, yeah. Anybody have anything they want to bring up?
Motion to rise and report.
Motion, rise, and report. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you very much. Yeah, we'd like to. Don't look so overwhelmed, Senator Barnett.
Look at him in the board of art.
Thank you, Tyler. Tyler has a baby, he's buying the whole committee.